Hi everybody, this is Dr. Tim Sullivan here at Sarpy Chiropractic in Millard, and we're here to talk to you today about using one of these. It's a foam roller, and we're going to show you two different exercises that you can do to try to help loosen up your mid-back. And this is a really common condition that we see with a lot of patients here in our office, as well as a lot of you, I'm sure, are suffering from this. And that's just because as humans, we tend to spend a lot of time sitting in a chair. And I'm sure you've heard the term sitting's the new smoking. Well, one of those types of conditions that contribute to that is just all that bundled up stress that you're going to start to isolate into your mid-back from in that posture. So I have Dr. Justin Brazda here with me today to help demonstrate, and I'm going to hand him the foam roller. He's going to start to get himself into the first position. Now, this foam roller is tall enough that it supports Dr. Brazda's full spine. So as he sits down, he's able to put his pelvis on the bottom of the foam roller, and it supports him all the way up to the top of his head. So he's completely supported from top to bottom in his spine. He's going to reach his arms out to the side, and he's going to start to roll his body using his legs and balancing himself with his hands. Now, what he's doing is getting the foam roller to start to loosen up those tissues that are right next to the spine, side to side, and those are the muscles that are trying to stabilize and brace your spine while you're sitting in that chair. So we want to try to get a little bit of pressure up onto those muscles and start to loosen that up. Now, after he's repeated this for about 2 to 3 seconds, he can repeat that roll over and over again. He can do that 2 to 3 different times before moving on to the next maneuver here. So I'm going to scoot back a little bit here. Now he's going to show you how we isolate the spine front to back. Now he's supporting his head with his hands, so he's got his arms up behind his head, and he's keeping the rest of his body horizontal. He doesn't want to try to sit up. He doesn't want to try to change that curvature of his mid-back. He wants to keep it nice and flat. And he's using his legs to isolate that foam roller just over the rib cage. So he's bringing it down just to the bottom of his rib cage and just up to the top of the shoulders. He's not coming up into his neck. He's not going down into his low back, because that can start to aggravate any type of low back condition that you might have. And so he's just isolating that rib cage area with this foam roller. Again, you can do this for 5 to 10 seconds, and then you can repeat it 2 to 3 times before moving on to any other stretches that you might do for the day. This is something that you want to make sure that you do consistently, not something that you want to try to get all done all in one day. Consistency is more important than trying to get it all done in one fell swoop. So you could do this daily. With as much sitting as we do, you're never going to over foam roll, as long as you're making sure that you're doing small bursts and you're doing it consistently throughout the week. We're going to put a link to a description where you can find one of these foam rollers, but you can even find them at big box stores a lot of times. Just make sure that you get one nice and tall to be able to support your entire spine. And if there's any questions, you can post links down in the comments. We love feedback from people. And until next time, this is Dr. Tim Sullivan here at Sarpy Chiropractic in Millard.